everybody. Welcome to the N Building Presidential Debate. Here tonight, I'm your host, Kyle Noble. Here with our first candidate, Brody Benoit, wanted by the Mexican cartel. Brody.
I have no comment about that, but I am your winter semester representative. Thank you.
And for our second candidate, hailing all the way from New Mexico, Matthew Collins, old enough to be my dad.
That's right. I am from New Mexico, and Kyle, I'd hate to tell you this, but I am your dad.
So let's get right into this. Today we have 6 questions for these candidates, holding from a 2-minute question period for the both of them. Brody, I'd like to start with you. Let's get right into these questions. For my first question, what makes you, Brody, stand out from the other candidate?
Well, I think being Canadian really helps. How can you trust this guy from the U.S.? I mean, with what's going on right now, unacceptable, in my opinion anyway. I'm smarter, better, faster, stronger. You think of anything, and I'm just better at Matt Collins than that. Do you really want somebody lesser than me as your president? I wouldn't think so. Over 6 foot, I could go on and on, but I think I've proven my point.
Now, Brody, would you think that your height advantage brings something to the table here against Matt?
I mean, obviously, right? I can see what's happening better from this vantage point. I can see all the little corners, people trying to hide around, and as president, I simply won't have that. No nonsense, all fun, none of the time. So, yeah, I think my height advantage really does bring something to this.
Thank you, Brody. Do you have any final remarks for your opposing candidate here?
Do your best. You need all the luck you can get. I'm clearly the better candidate.
Thank you so much, Brody. Now on to Matt. Matt, what makes you stand out from the other candidate?
Well, obviously, I'm not trying to have sex with you, Kyle, like my friend over here. And that's really what separates him and I. And I don't really have anything else to say about that.
Fair. Now, Matt, you're coming into this debate with a lot of heated arguments here, and a lot of arguments that people in N Building wouldn't share. Would you like to elaborate on one of your opening statements here?
Okay, well, yeah, as far as shared spaces, I think that the TV broadcasting students deserve to have a little more access, especially with more rooms available now with the cutbacks. And these are very important issues. I really don't like being scolded by someone who's probably my age, who really should shut up sometimes,
Thank you, Matt. And any final remarks for your opposing candidate here, Brody?
No.
No? Nothing to say?
I have nothing to say to this man.
Perfect. Let's get into this, boys. So on to our first question here. Well, our second one, excluding our introductory. But what are one of your concerns that you'd like to start off with? One of your concerns about N Building?
One concern about N Building for myself is production services. I find that when I go to return gear, they're supposed to be open, but they're never there. And, if you're going to drive here or take the time to go out, the least they can do is just sit in there like they're being paid to do. Perhaps we should build a wall. Build a wall around production services.
Very fair, very fair.
We can use this desk from the studio, or perhaps this wall. We can repurpose the walls from the studio.
Brody, any concerns that stand out for you?
I mean, obviously production services, but I think that's the low-hanging fruit that my candidate obviously took. There's really a number, just an insane number of concerns that I have for N Building. The stairs, what's that about? But if I had to pick another one, it's I don't even know if I need to say it. But it's just people renting out gear that they're not supposed to.
Very fair, very fair.
What are you doing? Be real, be honest with yourself. Back off. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, too. On to our next question. Now, we're going to start off with Brody here. How would you handle the growing concern of the N Building vending machines?
Well, the N Building vending machines, sometimes they don't work. They take your money. I think that's a part of life. They work for me. Um, I don't want to say it's your problem. It's kind of your problem. Uh, but if we're really getting upset about it, then I don't know. Get them fixed. I think that's the bare minimum a presidential candidate should do.
And Matthew, how would you address these concerns? How would you possibly fix the concerns that students are having with these vending machines?
Well, I've told people multiple times I want edibles in there, and we need little roadies, little vodka. Just this is uncommon around the world for people who are actually cultured. You go to Germany, they have that stuff. McChickens in Germany are a long sandwich, just like at Burger King, and the vending machines are no different. We've got to expand. You got to think small. This is about innovation. And building spells innovation, and that's what really needs to happen with the vending machines.
Brody, do you have any rebuttal to that statement? Wanting alcohol and cannabis usage in the vending machines. What's your opinion on that?
Hey, personally, I don't agree. It's a very obvious thing for my candidate to do, being the druggy and alcoholic he is. But I gotta say, he didn't actually answer the question at all. He just says we need to innovate. We need to put new stuff in. What good is the new stuff in if the vending machines still don't work?
You're probably happy with that desk over there as well.
Very true. Very true. My next question for you boys, what makes N Building unique? Why are you fighting for it? We'll start with Matt Collins here.
I'm a touring rock and roll musician and a broadcasting student, and I really like that the radio broadcasting program at least was here through our time. And I like having that. It brings out the right kind of people. I like the people that are in the radio program. I like the people that are in the theater program. I like the people that are in the broadcasting program. I think that a lot of other programs, like those kind of people, they aren't really my kind of people. I like us. And, I think we should build a wall around this N building, and we should just party here all together. We should have an N building party, and we should all just get crazy and see what happens. I think everyone deserves it, and I think it's going to be one hell of a party.
Thank you, Matt. Now on to you, Brody. What, in your opinion, makes N Building so special?
I mean, I could go on and on, I think. Like Matt said, he brings up a good point for once. The people here are truly the greatest people I think I've ever met. Save for maybe one or two. I won't name names. But the community in this N building, it's something special. Turn around any corner, seeing people working on their passion, on their stuff. I think it's something that is unlike anything else. The other programs, not as sexy either, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, just great people all around here in N Building.
You two mentioned the programs around N Building, and that's what really makes this building so unique. It's a really creative environment. What kind of creative changes would you two bring to the building?
Personally, I think there's a mural upstairs right by the bridge, and I think that is just fantastic. Have that go on every little bit of open space we have. Span that everywhere. Get different artists to work on it. Get different people. Really bring more character to this already really special building of ours, I think.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Brody. Matthew.
I also agree with the art. I think that we could go a little far with the art around here. Maybe get rid of those pale sort of green tones, which really don't go well with our projects when we're trying to white balance. But besides that, what about a little more festivities around here? Like when it's Christmas, put some lights up. You know what I mean? Maybe do a little Halloween decorating. Maybe have a little bit more of a vibe. It's like we're cool people. We should be doing cool things around here, and people deserve that.
I totally agree. Now, with the loss of so many programs in this building, a lot of creativity will be lost, but luckily our program still remains. Now, on to my next question, boys. If N Building were a movie, what would the title be? We're going to start with Matthew Collins here.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to this. I just really think that there should be a lot more partying going on in N Building with the kind of people that we have here. Work hard, play hard, You know who you are out there. I'm talking to you. And I think that you deserve a drink. I also think you probably deserve to smoke a joint and get A pluses and be on the dean's list because you deserve it. You got to know what it takes. You got to know what it takes. And people these days, they don't know what it takes. And that's what you should be learning here. You know, you learn the ups and downs. And that's it. That's all I got.
Very well put. Brody, if N Building were a movie, what would the title be?
The drug addict, the alcoholic failed to answer the question yet again. Do you really
Dean's List student?
do you really
Thank you.
want this person leading you? I don't think so. Personally, I would go for something simple, something classy, and building. We don't need a new title for a movie. I think it's perfect. It encapsulates us, and we can still have that party without avoiding the question.
Thank you so much, Brody. Now, my last question here for the both of you really answers what we're all looking for here. I want to know who your biggest inspiration is between the both of you, and we're going to start off with Brody here. I think this is going to be the deciding question.
My biggest inspiration, I have plenty. There are so many inspiring people in my life. I gotta say, I can't pick just one. Everyone is inspirational. Everyone I've met is inspirational. They work hard, play hard. They do what they need. They need to do what they do. And they really just bring the life into N Building, and they're just so inspiring.
Thank you so much, Brody. So you'd say everybody is your inspiration here. in
Yeah,
N
I
Building.
think that's accurate.
Matthew Collins, who would your biggest inspiration be?
I mean, staying relative, pardon me. Staying relative to the program, I would have to say one of my biggest inspirations of the past 2 years has been getting to know Aaron Rama. Okay? That guy, I swear to God, I can't believe he's even still here, yet alone flourishing in our program. And, what a joke he was in the first semester. I think I had one class with him, and he was sitting at the back, just disrespect coming, like, oozing out of that guy. And he really flourished into a nice guy that I care about him, and I'm proud to call him my friend. And, if someone can do that, anybody can do that. What an inspiration. Let's give a big hand, okay? Let's give a big hand to Aaron Rama, all right? Here's to you. Here's to you.
What a turnabout story, I think, too.
Thank you so much to these two candidates. That's all the questions we have for tonight. But I've been your host for the N Building yearly presidential debate. I'm Kyle Noble. We can all agree tonight, I think the real winner is Aaron Rama. That's all we have. Have a wonderful night.